So I want you to imagine that this is your higher self and that your higher self is a unique shaped puzzle piece. It's shaped like this. And what happens is throughout your life, as you go through life and grow up and you go through pain and conditioning and society and whatnot, you start to contort and distort your puzzle piece. You start to feel like you need to be someone you're not and please others and compromise yourself and sacrifice yourself and be more tough and guarded and serious and all these things that are different than your true natural state of being, right? And so what happens as you go through life, because you contort your puzzle piece in this way, unconsciously or not knowingly, you end up fitting with friends that fit that puzzle piece, opportunities that fit that puzzle piece, lovers, jobs, all sorts of things that fit that puzzle piece. Meanwhile, your higher self, which is ever present and it's your inner being, it's always within you, has its own point of attraction. It is always and constantly letting off its unique energy signature, its energetic vibration. And so it is always, even when you're not thinking about it, attracting puzzle pieces that are meant to fit with it, that you can call your purpose, the loved one you're meant to fit with, the opportunity you're meant to fit with, so on and so forth. Where your only job as a being, as a puzzle piece, is to blossom, is to let go of who you think you need to be so that you could become more of who you truly are again. And of course, what happens as you do that? Many of you have already experienced this already, where as you choose to go on that path of spirituality and that path of awakening, what you're really telling yourself, what you're really saying is that I don't want to be this anymore. I want to go back to being that. And so as you start to blossom back into who you truly are, let's say you get this far, you start to notice that all of a sudden the puzzle pieces that you were once fitting with no longer fit you. Suddenly you no longer resonate with those same friends who just want to go out and party all the time, or the lover you were with, you just realize just isn't for you, or the job you're at, realize it saps your soul because you're starting to blossom back to your true natural self, your true puzzle piece. And so as you start to do this and you realize that those puzzle pieces no longer fit, your only job and responsibility is to let go of the puzzle pieces that no longer serve you and to let God. That is what's meant by let go and let God. You let go of what's no longer serves you so that synchronicity can finally click in the puzzle pieces that are meant to fit with you. And it's just hovering there. It's just waiting to click into your reality. You are the only one keeping it away. That's why anytime you've ever left a loved one that it was time to move on from, or a job that you're meant to move on from, there was always 100% of the time a synchronicity that followed. Do you notice that? Anytime you left that job and you're like, I choose more freedom, I deserve more for self, an opportunity comes in, or a person that comes in that connects you to more things. Anytime if you left a loved one, if another lover didn't come in, maybe a best friend came in. There's always a synchronicity that follows when you let go of the puzzle piece because it's been waiting there all along the whole time, just waiting for you to let go so you can let God. The reason why I'm painting this picture for you, because I want you to know that you don't need to learn how to manifest or even focus on what you're manifesting. You don't need vision boards. You don't need to visualize. You can use those things. They are valid tools. But what I'm really saying is that you don't need to do that because your unique puzzle piece, your inner being, your higher self is always constantly attracting that which is meant to you for you. And all you need to do is to let go of the pieces that no longer serve you, to let go and let God. This is why I always say that my favorite quote that I live by is, the flower does not dream of the bee. It blossoms and the bees come, right? The flower doesn't need to focus on, okay, well, how am I going to get this money? How am I going to get this client? How am I going to get this opportunity? How am I going to get these bees of abundance? It doesn't need to try and figure those things out. It knows that just by blossoming, it has no choice but to attract the bees of abundance and synchronicity and love and opportunity. And so the same is true for you, where the only thing you ever have to do is put your full energy, your full attention, intention, put your full investment into investing into your higher self. And I don't necessarily mean financially. Yes, financially is one way to do it, but I mean with your time, I mean with your energy, placing your full energy into your blossom, into letting go of who you think you need to be so that you could become more of who you truly are again. And by doing so, you have no choice but to attract those bees of abundance that fit your puzzle piece perfectly, that make you feel more like yourself, that complement your being, that feel magical and magnificent, that fulfill you in life, because that's all we're ever really here to do. You're just here to be the unique you as fully and expressed as you can be. Just like the sun, like I always say, your only purpose in life is to shine, is to blossom, is to be the fully expressed you. And as a side effect, just like the sun, by you just shining and blossoming, as a side effect, you're going to inspire people, heal people, warm hearts, attract tribes and soul communities, because you're going to be serving as an example of what it's like to be a fully expressed being, of being in your shine. And that is the most attractive and magnetic quality you could possibly have. Any person that you like, any teacher, any mentor that you've spent money on or that you've invested in, it wasn't because they're a life coach or a teacher or because of a certain product. I can guarantee you it's because you like their energy. You liked their energy, so you wanted to hear more of what they had to say, and then you were happy to learn from them, or whatever case may be. You liked their energy. You liked them being themselves. And so I say this to remind you that all you ever need to do in life is blossom, is shine, and to let go and let God. You never have to figure things out, ever. You can tune into where things are already figured out for you by choosing your blossom. That's what surrender really is. You know, as one of my favorite teachers, Bashar, always says, surrender isn't giving up control. It's letting go into the control that's already built in for you. Instead of you trying to figure everything out and you trying to do everything, you are surrendering to the control. You're surrendering to the plan that's already designed for you. So you don't need to make a plan. You don't need to necessarily set goals and do all these things unless it's coming from deep inspiration. You know, even in my own life, I don't work with plans or goals or strategies or really think even that much. I don't try and figure things out. All I ever do and all we ever need to do is not just blossom, is act on your highest excitement and inspiration and joy and those higher frequency feelings, those positive energy feelings, those lighter feelings, because that is the water of inspiration that you're using to water your flower. So you're watering yourself with excitement, you're watering yourself with inspiration, you're watering yourself with joy. And as you're doing that, even on a practical level, think about it. When you act on inspiration or joy or any of those magical feelings, you feel like more of yourself, right? You act on your excitement, like you feel more connected to yourself, you feel more alive, then you feel more inspired, then you feel more creative, and then you find yourself in this flow of synchronicity. And then you meet someone who gifts you with an opportunity, then you feel even more like yourself, right? You start to just find yourself at the right place at the right time. And so just by focusing 100% of the time on your highest excitement and inspiration, you blossom your flower and you tune into where things are already figured out for you. Because excitement, inspiration, joy, passion, creativity, love, all those higher frequency feelings, I'm just going to call them magical feelings, are the energy of your true core natural self. It is the energy of your higher self. So anytime you feel excitement pulling you in a certain direction, or that lighter feeling pulling you in a certain direction, it's literally your higher self vibrating to you saying, this way, this is how you blossom more, regardless of what your mind thinks. So you might be there at your desk being like, okay, I got to finish this thing. And then excitement's just like, yo, go for a walk, go see the homies, go see your girlfriends. And you're like, no, but wait, I gotta finish this because of deadlines and because I need to figure out my life and because of whatever case may be. And your excitement, your higher self is vibrating this excitement because it feels good, saying, this way, trust me, I can see how things are gonna go. Let me lead you into synchronicity. But you are going, no, I can't, I gotta do the thing. if you truly understand what excitement and inspiration really is, it would be your top priority in your life, period. Nothing would become before it, because your excitement is you being your true self. And you being your true self is you being love. And you being love is the highest good for all involved. So when you act on your highest excitement and inspiration, you're serving the whole entire planet, your loved ones, and yourself simultaneously, while putting yourself in alignment with synchronicity, and while letting excitement organize everything that needs to happen in your life in the order that it needs to happen without you needing to think. Because you're going to be like, I feel like going for breakfast. You follow that excitement, and all of a sudden you get the next hit. I feel like checking my homegirl Crystal, and then you go to see Crystal, and then you whatever the next things, and it just starts to organize your life for you. There's no thinking, there's no figuring out, there's no planning. The flower does not dream of the bee. It blossoms and the bee comes. All right, so I hope this video was helpful for you guys. I really felt called to make it, and especially with the puzzle piece analogy, that way you could have a visual of how this works, of how these energies work for yourself, because it really is that simple. Simple doesn't always mean easy, because it can require courage, right? It can require courage to let go of that toxic relationship or the job that no longer serves you. But here's the thing. Here's how you know that this is true. Because even if you were to look back in your life, into your past, and I'm saying this for your logical mind, even if you were to look back in your past, you'll notice that 100% of the time that you've ever chosen to act on your highest excitement or those higher feelings that are pulling you into more expansiveness, it was always a magical result. It always led to a synchronicity every single time. 100% odds are pretty good, right? And just to clarify, when I say highest excitement, I don't necessarily mean it's going to be something like has you jumping up and down all the time. Highest excitement can be, your highest excitement is to let yourself rest and to go take a nap. That's what you feel called to do. It could be to go for a walk. It could be to book a flight. It could be to launch an experience or an event. Your highest excitement could be anything that pulls you towards more of yourself, that makes you feel more lit up, more alive, and more expansive. Not to be confused with, I'll call it, I was going to say, because some people might say, yeah, but what if my excitement is just to do drugs all day, and to do cocaine? Well, then the idea is to be aware is you have to be really honest with yourself, because that is anxiety disguised as excitement. There's a big difference. Excitement makes you feel more expansive. Your soul's excitement makes you feel more expansive, makes you feel more liberated, makes you feel more alive. It doesn't feel like filler. It doesn't feel like something you're doing for a temporary pleasure. It feels like where you're called to go next. So you have to be honest with yourself. But all you ever have to do is just blossom, to embody your higher self, to reemerge into that awareness as your higher self, to let go of the puzzle pieces continuously. That's all you ever have to do every day. Let go and let God. Let go and let God, follow your excitement. Let go and let God, follow your excitement. That's it. It's that simple. And it requires courage. It requires having the audacity to live your truth, because that's who you are. If you want to experience the truth of your gifts and the truth of your love and the truth of your life, you have to have the audacity to live your truth regardless of whatever nerves and fears that come up. And here's a trick. I'm going to give you a trick. If you have an excitement towards a certain direction, so it might be to leave a certain relationship or to leave a certain job, let's say. And when you think about that, you also feel a lot of fear. And so you're wondering, is this the right decision? I don't know. Maybe I need to try harder. Maybe I just need to buckle down, and whatever case may be. The trick is to let yourself feel beyond the fear. Let yourself feel, what do you feel on the other side of the fear if you were to let yourself do it? And you'll notice, if it's indicative of your excitement, on the other side of your fear, you're going to feel expansiveness. You're going to feel freedom, letting you know that those are the energies that are on the other side waiting for you. And the only reason why you're experiencing fear is because you have limited beliefs and definitions of your mind that are making you experience excitement as fear. So that fear is just a messenger saying, hey, you have limiting beliefs here, because this energy is actually dope. It's actually expansive and exciting, and it's magical, and you're gonna like it. All right, so I hope this video was helpful. I really hope it makes your life easier and more blissful, and helps you let go of the idea that you need to figure everything out or stress or hustle or grind. You just need to blossom. You just need to shine. You just need to be your unique piece. And this should help alleviate a lot of the energies of your mind so that it could quiet down and once again start to become an empty space for your heart's visions and intuition so that you can hear, feel, and see more clearly as you continue on this path where your intuition and your inspirations are guiding you next. Because again, those energies are the language of your higher self. All right, so hope this video was useful. If it was, please go ahead and share it. That is the best way that you can support and also benefit all the people who would resonate with this message, because if it resonates with you, chances are it's going to resonate with the reflections of you. All right, so lots of love, guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.